You got a lot of people that it could be mentioned in those files that don't deserve to be. People, because he knew everybody in Palm Beach. I don't know anything about that, but I have said to Pam and everybody else, give them everything you can give them, because it's a Democrat hoax. It's just a hoax. The whole Epstein thing is a Democrat hoax.
Maybe they were playing checkers. Maybe Trump and young girls maybe backgammon. I don't know. She might have been too young for that, but. Welcome back to the channel, everybody, on this fine Wednesday morning following a great Veterans Day. Hope all you vets out there had a great day. Got yourself your free Applebee's. I was not expecting this morning to get absolutely blindsided by some of the craziest information we've ever had regarding the Epstein files. If you didn't know, this just broke. The Justice Department just sent over thousands of documents related to Epstein to the House Oversight Committee, and the House Oversight Committee just released them. And who are they about? Yes, Donald Trump. And they are so bad. So bad. It's so bad. So that's what we're going to talk about in this video today. Again, buckle your seatbelts because it's about to be a wild ride. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Helps the channel. Let's jump into this thing. So, yes, what happened? Well, as we know, the government is turning back on. Congressmen are coming back to work. Yes, the House Oversight Committee decided to bless us with emails between Jeffrey Epstein, Ghislaine Maxwell, and Michael Wolff. And they are insane. So first thing we're going to do is actually take the look at the emails. Then we're going to look at Donald Trump's response because he's already been asked. I wonder what he had to say about it, huh? And then we're actually going to talk more about the release of the Epstein files. I actually have some inside information from Congress that I want to share with you guys about what's happening behind the scenes, because there's a lot of panic, intimidation, threatening, and scare tactics going on against some of the Republicans that are going to vote to release it right now. So let's look at the emails first. Yikes. And we'll talk about it. All right. First email from Maxwell to Epstein directly. We knew Maxwell sourced and facilitated the girls to the clients, right? She said to Epstein, I want you to realize that the dog that hasn't barked is Trump. Victim, and most people are saying, I believe, I don't know if it's been proven yet, this is Virginia Giuffre, spent hours with him. He has never once been mentioned, chief, etc. I'm 75% there. Whoa! Whoa! Ghislaine Maxwell talking about how Trump spent hours with an underage girl. That is not good for Trump. Again, this is hearsay, I guess you could call it at this point, between Maxwell and Epstein. But yeah, he's going to be, it's going to be, maybe they were playing checkers. Maybe, Trump and, young girls, maybe backgammon. I don't know. She might have been too young for that, but who knows? We'll have to wait and see what his excuse for that one is. But let's keep moving. All right, so email traffic between Jeffrey Epstein and Michael Wolff. Michael responds to Jeff's email where he says, if we were able to craft an answer for him, what do you think it should be? Michael Wolff responds and says, I think you should let him hang himself. If he says he hasn't been on the plane or to the house, then that gives you valuable PR and political currency. You can hang him in a way that potentially generates a positive benefit for you, or if it really looks like he could win, you could save him, generating debt. Of course, it is possible that when asked, he'll say, Jeffrey is a great guy and has gotten a raw deal and is a victim of political correctness, which is to be outlawed in a Trump regime. Wow. Sounds like they had a lot of dirt on him. And interestingly enough, it turned out that Trump did win. And you know what didn't happen is they didn't come out and expose Donald Trump. It's almost as if it worked out exactly how they wanted, and they were able to keep that leverage over the top of him, which, as we saw, Trump eventually won the election. And last one, did Trump know about this? Did he know about all these girls and what was going on the entire time? Let's look. All right, in here, victim redacted, Mar-a-Lago, redacted. I wish they would give us the unredacted files. Don't you guys think that'd be good? Anyway, Trump said he asked me to resign. Never a member ever. Of course, he knew about the girls, as he asked Ghislaine to stop. That was in 2019. So it looks like he knew about this the entire time and asked Ghislaine to stop once he was president, probably because he was fearing all of this would get exposed. So, yeah, that's not great. Now, maybe this is all just some big misunderstanding. Maybe there's a great explanation for all this. So, I mean, why don't we listen to what Donald Trump had to say himself about the Epstein files?
Good
Your
idea.
Justice Department is also sending some of the Epstein files over to the House Oversight Committee today. Are you in support of them releasing all of them?
Keeping it open.
If they wanted to release,
people shouldn't be hurt, but I'm in support of keeping it totally open. I couldn't care less. You got a lot of people that it could be mentioned in those files that don't deserve to be. People, because he knew everybody in Palm Beach. I don't know anything about that, but I have said to Pam and everybody else, give them everything you can give them, because it's a Democrat hoax. It's just a hoax. The whole Epstein thing is a Democrat hoax.
Oh, yeah. Well, duh, of course. It's just a Democrat hoax, right? I'm sure the Democrats created this huge hoax, put prominent Democrats in the files as well, like Bill Clinton, to be exposed to, because that makes a lot of sense. But yeah, sure. So again, our bad. We didn't realize that it's just all this big hoax. Got it. All right, guys, real quick, before we jump back into the video, we got an announcement from our partners over at Barbell Apparel, the makers of the world's most comfortable pair of jeans, and their Black Friday sale has kicked off, and it's a good one, guys. So right now, you can get all pants and joggers for just $99, and you also get a free shirt with any order over $99 as well, guys. And if you don't know about Barbell Apparel, it's not just the world's most comfortable pair of jeans. They sell the best workout clothes. They got everything. They got flannels. They got dress clothes, everything you could possibly want, all right? And guys, ever since I tried on my first pair of Barbell Apparel jeans, I've literally not worn a pair of jeans from any other company. So head on over, links in the pinned comment in the description. Grab yourself some Barbell's jeans. All right, so let's talk about what's going on in D.C. regarding the Epstein files. So yes, the government is opening back up. The House is back in session. And Adelita Gravalda is officially to be sworn in about 2 hours from now, actually. And as we know, from that point on, Thomas Massie has made it clear that he will then put forward legislation to release the Epstein files. Now, at the moment, he has now, with Adelita being sworn in, the 218th vote needed to release the files. And so, you know, literally all of the Republicans outside of a handful are voting no on releasing the Epstein files. Well, every Democrat is voting yes, because, again, it must be a Democrat hoax. Now, what I've heard from insiders is that there is absolute sheer panic going on in the Trump administration right now. What's happening is those handful of Republicans that are voting yes are currently being intimidated and threatened with being primaried if they go through with the yes vote. And we've already seen this with Thomas Massie, who's leading the charge on this, and Trump's response. So yes, here you go, exactly what the Trump administration is now threatening all these Republicans with. It says, third-rate Congressman Thomas Massie, a weak and pathetic rhino, which literally makes no sense because Massie is politically and policy-wise the literal opposite of a rhino. From the great Commonwealth of Kentucky, a place I love, and one big 6 times must be thrown out of office as soon as possible. And of course, he's going to try to primary him with a brave combat veteran Navy SEAL. First of all, no one gives a about any of that anymore, and I can say that as a special operator myself. Nobody cares if you're a Navy SEAL or a Green Beret, right? At this point, if you're being endorsed by Donald Trump, especially to unseat Massie, we know exactly who this guy is. And if you didn't know, who's leading the financing on that? Yes, Marion Adelson, the same person that gave Donald Trump $250 million, whose allegiance completely relies in our greatest ally. Oh, shocker. And while all of this just broke, guess what else is happening? You're gonna be shocked. Ghislaine Maxwell seeks pardon from Donald Trump.
The co-conspirator of the late convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein is seeking a pardon from President Trump, according to a whistleblower who spoke to House Democrats. Ghislaine Maxwell is currently serving a 20-year prison sentence. A House Judiciary Committee ranking member is calling on President Trump to reject her request. A Trump administration spokesperson says the White House, quote, does not comment on potential clemency requests.
But what else has been going on with old Maxwell behind the scenes? Let's take a look. Well, would you look at that? Maxwell was transferred to a Club Med prison after Trump's lawyer met with her, and she likely spilled what she knows about Trump. She's now being waited on hand and foot by guards and is getting her commutation application ready with the help of the warden. Below that, it says the federal warden is said to be helping Maxwell with paperwork for a commutation application. A prison official says he is sick of being her bitch. Nothing to see there, I'm sure. But what are the MAGA talking heads going to see about this? You know, the paid influencer shills that are going to come to his defense using some type of mental gymnastics to justify and explain to us how this is some type of 7D chess move by Trump. Well, let's take a look at what Glenn Beck had to say.
Here's the OG conspiracy theorist Glenn Beck at his excitement for Trump's beginning of the second term.
The only thing I care about is the scandal of the pedophiles, and in the next 10 days, you're going to see the Epstein file released. Day number one, Kash Patel walks in. By the end of the day, it will be released.
Day one! Deep state exposed. Oh, I'm sorry, Trump's in the rough? I'll get right on that ball drop.
What the left is saying, and some people now on his team are saying, he's in the report. With 15-year-olds? Really? Do you actually believe that?
I have seen some clips that would be consistent with... did buy a teenage beauty pageant. But listen, Beck, you're the master at making connections, so let's see you unconnect it.
I mean, let's be honest. 20 years ago, if, this was like, hey, he was on an island with 25-year-old models, I would be going, probably, okay? 15, 16-year-olds, that's not Donald Trump. It's not Donald Trump. I don't believe that. Do you? I say, no way that's true.
So there you go. It's going to be hilarious to see guys like Benny Johnson try to defend this, right? Where as we're at this point where we're with our boy JD DeLay, that maybe this needs to be the new hat. Because it seems to me things aren't looking real great. And this is just a little couple emails that came out of those files. Also, what's being talked about, apparently rumors from the Justice Department insiders that have told the House Republicans that the files are infinitely worse for Trump than anybody could possibly imagine. So, yeah. Now the question becomes, will we see this vote actually go through in the House? Will Republicans, the few that are going to vote for Democrats, hold firm all 218 votes, or are we going to see them break ranks due to the fear and threatening and intimidation tactics coming through from the White House? We're just going to have to wait and see. Then also, what are we actually going to get from the files? Still hard for me to believe that a lot of these files haven't been manipulated and destroyed by the FBI, because who's in charge of the files right now? Yeah. Not a lot of confidence in that guy, huh? So it's going to be a wild couple days. As we said, Adelita Grivalda is about to be sworn in the next couple hours, and it's supposed to be the first vote we see on the House floor to release the Epstein files. We're just going to have to wait and see how crazy or not crazy this actually gets. It's going to do it for this one. Catch y'all in the next video.